How's it going, everybody? This is Andy Flynn with Aspen Valley Vapes, and today we are bringing you our first installment of Trash the Cig Thursdays. It's going to be a weekly feature on our website that shares stories from fellow vapers across the nation, and where we ask them several questions such as how long did they use tobacco, how long have they ceased use of tobacco, what are some health benefits they have noticed since stopping the use of tobacco, as well as some fun facts like what is their current setup, what is their favorite setup, and what is their favorite e-juice, and we'll also include some other questions in there. For our first episode, we have Duke here.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And we'll be asking him several questions. Our first question is, how long did you use tobacco?
I started using tobacco when I was 16. My first cigarette was actually when I was 13, but I wasn't a regular smoker or tobacco user. That was kind of like curiosity killed the cat kind of thing. I started chewing when I was 16. That was big with my hockey teammates. That's kind of what I got into. I played competitive hockey for most of my life. When I turned 18, 19, that's when I first started actually smoking cigarettes regularly. I used cigarettes and tobacco I used cigarettes and chewing tobacco simultaneously for a good 4 or 5 years of my life. And then it was in March of 2013 that I quit both of them on the same day and bought my first e-cig setup, which was an MVP.
Awesome, that's great to hear. How are you liking it so far?
To be honest, I love vaping. It gives me way more satisfaction than smoking cigarettes did. The flavor is better than the chewing tobacco. Obviously, the added health benefits, yeah.
That leads perfectly into my next question. Why did you want to stop using tobacco products?
I quit using tobacco products for a number of different reasons. First one being health benefits. Playing hockey, I needed my lung function. I played hockey competitively for the majority of my life. And then once I started smoking cigarettes regularly, that was after I'd stopped playing competitively, and I started noticing that 40 and 50-year-old men were skating by me after I was on the ice for about 30 seconds, and that's not supposed to happen when you're 20 years old. So that was the first sign that smoking was really affecting my lung function. I didn't really notice too many adverse effects from chewing tobacco, but I just knew it was a nasty habit. So the health benefits were the main reason.
So why did you quit tobacco use?
There were a number of different reasons I quit using tobacco. Number one being health benefits. As somebody who smoked and chewed at the same time, I started to notice my lung function was going down, mainly when I was being active, exercising, playing hockey, especially on the hockey rink. When you're getting passed by 30, 40-year-old men and you're 20 years old and you've only been out on the ice for 30 seconds, it's a sign that you should probably quit smoking. Another reason why I quit smoking cigarettes and using tobacco was because my day job, I work for an oxygen company. When you hear people talking on the phone, telling you their stories about how being on oxygen and smoking cigarettes has changed their life, how it impacts their ability to complete simple tasks, such as going upstairs. When you hear somebody talk to you through a voice box and you have to have a 15-20 minute conversation with them, that really opens your eyes to show you it does happen to way more people than you think it does. You see the numbers and statistics, but when you actually hear somebody and hear how it affects them, it really opens your eyes. I used to be one of those people that thought like, it's not going to happen to me. I'm not one of the ones. But you hear about all the stories from people that are some of the nicest people in the world, and it still happened to them. So why wouldn't it happen to me?
I think we can all relate to that, definitely. So what are some noticeable health benefits that you've seen since you stopped using tobacco and started vaping?
I mean, the number one benefit is pretty obvious. It's my lung function. I can breathe a lot better. I don't get short of breath running up and down stairs. I have better endurance playing hockey when I'm working out, things like that. Another really, really nice health benefit that I didn't really expect to come was I haven't been sick in 2 years. I haven't been getting a cough, cold, sinus infections. When I was smoking cigarettes, I used to get sinus infections at least 2 or 3 times a winter. Since I started vaping, I have not had a single sinus infection. I've had 1 or 2 minor colds lasting 2 or 3 days instead of 2 or 3 weeks. And then My favorite benefit is probably not waking up with the smoker's cough. I don't have to wake up and clear my throat every morning. I just wake up, brush my teeth, and we're good to go.
So what kind of setup are you using right now?
So the setup I'm using now is a VaporShark DNA 40 with the temperature sensing controls. Got my Delta 2 tank on there. It's definitely up there as one of my favorites. However, I would have to say my favorite setup is my Sigelei 150 watt box mod with, I really like my Infinite CLT RDA, and the Hobo RDA is easily my go-to RDA as well. So those are my two favorite setups, either my VaporShark DNA 40 with the Hobo or the Sigelei 150 watt with the Hobo. Those are my two go-tos.
Alright, so our final question for you today, Duke, is what is your favorite e-juice?
Well, it's funny that you asked that. I actually own part of Ascent Vapor.
Okay.
We have 3 flavors: Candy Shop, Silk, and Breeze.
Okay.
My favorite of the 3 is Candy Shop. That's one of my all-day vapes. It's a sour peach O-ring flavor. It's really, really good. However, if I'm venturing out from something that's not from my company, I really enjoy cereal flavor vapes, Fruit Loops with sweet cream, Fruity Pebbles. Those would be my 2 go-tos. However, like I said, Candy Shop is my all-day vape.
Awesome. So that concludes our first installment of Trash the Cig Thursday. Thank you so much, Duke, for coming on today.
Thank you very much for having me, Andy.
Awesome. If you would like to be featured on Trash the Cig Thursday, you can find all the information below. We'll have all the questions, and we will have our email address, info@aspenvalleyvapes.com, where you can reply to these questions and send us an email. In the subject line, have it Trash the Cig Thursday, and we'll be featuring weekly stories from a number of different vapors across the world, trying to spread the positivity with vaping, trying to show everyone that vaping is a good thing, and we're just going to keep it on going. Vape on.
Yeah.